Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So .NET 10 is released now and it's time to create the .NET 10 applications from the scratch, or I will tell you the .NET 10 exclusive features one by one in this video so that you will get to know that how the .NET 10 is far different from the previous versions of .NET, or I have created two videos on .NET 10 exclusive features, so you will find the both links in the description box of this video. Or along with that, .NET 10 is work on the Visual Studio 2026. Okay, so make sure that you have installed this Visual Studio 2026 in your system. And if you haven't installed this Visual Studio 2026 in your system, so I have created a separate video on this topic as well. Okay, so you will find uh, the video link in the description box of this video as well, or just you have to download the community version of 26, or after the successful installation of these two things. Okay, so the next thing is start from the with the Visual Studio 2026. Okay, so after the successful installation of Visual Studio 2026, so a new window will be appear like this. Okay, so for the build our project. Okay, so make sure that you have check these two tabs. Okay, first is SP.NET web development. Okay, or after that you have choose the .NET desktop development as well. Okay, like if you want to create the console applications for you, so that it will be very beneficial for you. Okay, so make sure, I personally recommend that please check as well. Okay, and simply you have to install the things here. Okay, and it will take around 10 to 15 minutes of installation. Okay, or after the successfully installation. Okay, so the next video will be appear like this, and you have to launch the Visual Studio 2026 like this, or it is the banner of the Visual Studio 2026. So or without getting any delay, so let's build the .NET 10 exclusive project. Or simply you have to click create a new project. Okay, or there we will create ASP.NET Core Web API project. So simply select this template or click the next over here, or I will name it as first .NET 10 project in the D drive. Okay, and simply click the next over here and choose the target framework, which should be .NET 10, and .NET 10 comes with the long-term support. Okay, so make sure that you have click over here. After that, just create your project, and it will take around 10 to 15 seconds for building and setting up the everything for you as well. Okay, and if you are beginner and if you want to learn the ASP.NET Core, so it's time to it is the right time to start with the .NET 10. Okay, or it is a high demanded .NET 10 version as well. Okay, so that it is a very good thing if you are watching this video for the first time, and if you're learning the .NET 10 for the first time. Okay, now what I will first we will see the project structure. Okay, so we have the first we will check the what's the version of the project is. So the target framework is .NET 10. Okay, and we have already installed a new package which is Open API. Open API comes for the REST APIs creation in the ASP.NET Core. Okay, or we have the controllers folder. Along with that, we have the appsettings.json. Okay, and in the appsettings.json we will add the connection string of the database, or we will use the SQL Server database over here, and we have the Program.cs. Okay, so this is the our Program.cs, and we will do everything from the scratch, and we will install the Entitiy Framework core 10 version. Okay, or everything will be done from the scratch, or along with that we will create the CRUD APIs in the .NET 10. Along with that everything will be done from the scratch. Okay, now it's time to see the SQL Server database as well. Okay, simply I will connect the things here, or we have the database. Okay, and we will use the code first approach. Okay, if you don't know what is the code first approach? So let me tell you that in the code first approach, first we will define the database related things in the application, and we will start the migration, and this migration command will reflect the changes in the SQL Server. Okay, like everything will be done automatically, like database creation, table creation, everything. Okay, so you don't need to worry about anything. Okay, so we will see that uh, how the things work. Okay, so first we have to install the package. Okay, install NuGet package of Entity Framework. Okay, so simply I will just go the browse menu. Okay, or you have to search the entity. Okay, just search this entity word here. Okay, so first you will found the thing. Okay, so you have to install 2-3 packages of the entity framework. Okay, so first we will install Microsoft.Entity Framework core. Okay, or just click over here, or the latest version is 10, because we are using, and we are using the .NET 10 application, and it is the latest version of the .NET. Okay, or along with that we will install another package, which is Microsoft.Entity Framework core.design. Okay, or we will install this package 2 as well. Or after the successful installation of this package, we will have to install another new package, which should be SQL Server as well. Okay, so that all these packages are related to the database, and in the entity framework we will use the link queries. Okay, and in using the link methods we will do the CRUD operations, like delete, update, or create. Okay, so we will be able to create and update rows or everything from the everything using the link queries. Okay, so we have installed this package as well. Now it's time to install the Microsoft.Entity Framework core.SQL Server. Okay, so just click over here, or we have to and just install the things like this. Okay, so I will just click the install button, or it is a very basic things. Okay, whenever you will create your first project in the .NET 10. Okay, so make sure that, and while you are working with the entity framework. Okay, so make sure that these packages have already installed in your project. Okay, while you working with the database operations related things. And the next package will be Microsoft.Entity Framework core.tools. Okay, and we will install this package 2 as well. Okay, and these 4 packages is mandatory, and it is very necessary to install in your project for working with the link queries openly. Okay, so that we won't face any issues while working with the entity framework core in the applications. Okay, so let's see the list of the packages that we have installed right now. So the first package is Microsoft.Entity Framework core. The next package is Microsoft.Entity Framework core.design, and the next package is Microsoft Entity Framework core.SQL Server. And after that we have installed Microsoft.Entity Framework core.tools. Okay, so make sure that you have installed these 4 packages in your PC. Or now it's time to do the things. Okay, so I will just open the solution explorer. Okay, so this is my solution explorer. Okay, and make sure that you have like you know the terms as well, that I am using that solution explorer. Okay, so such kind NuGet packages like this. Okay, so we have installed the everything. Okay, and now it's time to uh, add the app settings. Okay, so in the app settings I will add the connection string. Okay, so I will just I will just type the connection strings. Okay, and in the connection string you have to mention the your connection string. Okay, so I will just mention the connection name is default connection. Okay, after that what you have to do, you have to mention some things. Okay, like first we have to mention the server name. Okay, so the what is the server name? Just go to the SQL Server, okay, and click this plug icon, okay, or you will found your server name is uh, uh, like in my condition I have the server name HP slash SQL Express, okay, and simply paste it here, okay, and guys, make sure that if you are using this slash over here, okay, so your Visual Studio will automatically use these two slash because of the escape sequencing character, okay. Now I will just use the semicolon here for the separation of the key property. Now it's time to decide the database name. Okay, so my database name will be first .NET 10. Okay, so I will name my database name like this. Okay, and I will just use the trusted connection. Okay, so trusted connection is true, or along with that, trust server certificate. Okay, so we have to true this thing here. Okay, right now we are not using the any kind of login credentials. So simply I will just use the encrypt uh, encrypt equals to false, okay, so that it won't check the login credentials of the SQL Server, okay. So right now I am using it openly, okay, so that's why I use the encrypt equals to false, okay. So we have created the connection string over here. Now it's time to do the very important thing, okay, like we will create that, like we will use that code first approach, okay. In the code first approach, first we have to create the models, okay. So just add a new folder like this, or I will name it as a models, okay. Make sure that you have name it as the models, okay. Or now I will add a new class. In this class, I will just name it as a uh, students, okay, students.cs. In the students.cs, okay, I will just create the I will just mention the fields that I want in the SQL table, okay. So public int id, okay, and by default, if you are naming the id, so by default it will consider it as a primary key, so you don't need to mention the things here, okay. Or along with that, I will I will create the new field which is student name, okay. Or the next thing is string class. The class is like this. Or after that, we will mention the student age as well, okay. Student age is in the integer, okay. Or along with that, I will use the student city. I will define the student city here, okay. Or public string email, student email is also important. Or string father name, okay, that's good. Or I will mention the another property, mother name, okay. So we will use these properties as well, okay. And the next property will be date time, date of birth, okay. DOB, like this, okay. So in this way we will use the things, and we will use the we will create the fields like this, okay. Or after that, I will just make it as a nullable, okay. And if you don't know how the like what is the nullable here, okay, so if you mention the this question mark after the uh, data type, okay, so just add the question mark, or this question mark will tells the database that you have to like these fields, these columns can accept the null values as well, okay. So That's why I'm using the nullable operator here. Okay, so after that what I will do here, okay, simply I will create a new class, okay, so that so that we won't get any confusions over here, okay, and I will just name it as a application db context.cs. Okay, in the application db context.cs, okay, so I will just inherit the functions. Okay, I will just inherit the db context class in this application.db context. Okay, or I will just import this DB context from the Microsoft.Entity Framework core. Okay, and just you have to check the things. Or after that, what you will have to do, simply just you have to create the constructor, and in the constructor, you have to mention the DB context options. Okay, or in the db context options you have to pass the application db context. Okay, in the db context I will just pass the options. Okay, or make sure that you like you are using the base with the options that you have created. Okay, so in this way we can like we can initialize with the constructor of the db context. Or I will just name like I will just define the student table here. Okay, or if and this the students table, like this is the students, and you will found the table name is students. Okay, not the student. So in this way we have mentioned the things here. Or just go over here. Okay, or these things have done so far that we have done. Okay, now it's time to go with the next thing. Okay, so just go to your program.cs, or just add the builder.services dot add db context. And like first you should know that what is the db context. Okay, so that you won't get any confusion. So db context is a special type of class that is directly related to the entity framework. Okay, like if you want to do any kind of link queue based and database based operations. Okay, so these db context class have the ability, have the power to work with the database. Okay, and if you want to see that what is like what's inside in the db context class. Okay, so just press the F12 over the db context class. Okay, and you will land over here. Oh, so there are several things is defined here. Okay, and like you don't need to remember these things one by one. Okay, like while you're working with the projects. Okay, so you will get to know. And in this video you will able to create the apis and in the .NET 10. Okay, so what you have to do, I will just add the db context. So my db context name is application db context. Okay, application db context. Okay, so in the application db context I will start with the mentioning the things here. Okay, so first I will just use the SQL server that I am using over here. Okay, or like this. And now it's time to connect your db context to the connection string. Okay, like this, that we have defined in the uh, program.cs. Okay, so this is the connection string. Okay, or after that you what you have to do, you have to call the configuration things in the ASP.NET Core. So how you can do this, simply just use the builder.services dot get connection string. Okay, builder.configuration, sorry, builder.configuration.get connection string. Okay, in the get connection string you have to pass this connection name here, and just pass the string over here. Okay, so it will automatically fetch the connection string. Okay, and it will use this connection string to establish the connection between your application and the database. Okay, so we have done a very important and crucial step to do the things like this. Okay, now after that what will have to do, we will just add like like we will reflect the changes in the SQL Server, okay, from the applications. Okay, so what you will have to do, just go to the tools section. In the tools section, you will go to over here, or just go to the package manager console. In the package manager console, just write the migration queries. Okay, so like we will use the migration command to reflect those changes. Okay, so first we will use the add migration. Okay, so this add migration will set up the things like this. Okay, so I will just name it as a initial migration. Okay, and I will, so this is initial migration name. Initial migration is the name of the migration that I want to start with it. Okay, you can name it anything. Okay, so like this is my first migration, so that's why I use it as a initial migration. Okay, so just use add migration space your migration name and just hit the enter. Okay, and it will automatically detect your student model. Okay, and it has the ability to detect the things that where should I go over here. Okay, and I will explain the things like how the things are working with this command. Okay, so it will directly like how it like how the things are working. Okay, or let me tell you that after the successfully the things here. Okay, you will get a new class, you will get a new folder. Okay, or there you will get the structure or schema of the students table and the database schema as well. Okay, so that you will get an idea about how the things are working in the migration. Okay, so successfully we got here. Okay, so this is the table that students, in the students we have the several fields. Okay, or if you see here. Okay, so this is the null level false, and the id column is like this. Okay, and the annotation is identity annotation we are using over here. Okay, and if you see that that primary key is defined as the id that, and earlier I told you that if you mentioning the id field in the model class, so it will automatically detect the things that id is considered as a primary key column. Okay, or and let me explain you the things that how this command get to know that this is my model class. Okay, like I have to create the table of this class. Okay, so in the application db context, what we have using here, we are using the db context class. Okay, like we are inheriting the things here. Now after that, what we have done here, we have just the property mentioned here that public db set students, and this is the students name. Okay, and this name and this name is similar. Okay, so that's why I told you that you will found your table name as a students. Okay, or you have mentioned that db set with the students class. Okay, so so in this way this command will get to know that okay, so I create to this table. Okay, for the SQL Server. Okay, so that's why uh, add migration command works in this way. Okay, so I hope you get an idea. Okay, so how the things are working. Now it's time to see that how what should we do here. Okay, so simply just go over here. Okay, or and now it's time to see reflect the changes in the database. Okay, so I will just name it as a update database. Okay, and I will just hit the enter. Okay, and it will directly go to the it will reflect the changes in the database. Okay, and we will get to know that how the things are working in the .NET Core. Okay, or how the things are related to the Entity Framework. Okay, if you refresh the your database, so okay, so you will find your database which is first .NET 10. Okay, and while you expand this table. Okay, so you will get your tables, which is students table, okay, and you found this another table which is ef migration history, okay. Whenever you hit this command which is add migration, okay, so everything will be mentioned here, okay, like the migration history is saved here, okay. So don't confuse and don't panic that what the new table is here, okay. So simply just close this query here, okay, or let me uh, brief you this table, okay, that we have created through the first approach, okay. So this is called the cost first approach, okay. So like keep this thing remember in your mind, okay. And this is the id column, and we have the primary key, student name, class, age, city, email, father name, and dob, okay. So such kind of things we have done in so far, okay. Now it's time to build the apis in .NET 10, okay. So everything we have set up here, and first we need the dto as well, okay. It is a very necessary thing, okay. If you don't know what is dto is a data transfer object which helps us to if you want a certain column, certain field of this student table, okay. So you have to use the dto, okay. Like you don't need everything in the class, okay. So that's why we need the dto, okay, and I will explain it later. After that, what you have to do, I will just add a new controller for creating the apis, okay. So I will just add a new controller. I'll click the api controller over here, or just add it here, or I will name it as a uh, like no, school uh, controller, okay. I will just name it as a, okay. So this is my school controller, okay, and I will add this controller, okay. So let me explain you the things that what is the api controller. So the api controller comes with the route which is api slash controller name, or and the data notation is api controller. Along with that, your controller name is inherited from the uh, controller base class, okay. So so please remember the things here, that if you are using the MVC controller, so you will get the controller class only, but if you are using the API controller, so you will get the controller base class, okay. Now it's time to build the apis, okay, and we will use the repository pattern over here, okay. So that you will get to know that what is the repository pattern and how the how it is helpful for us. So if you want to use the repository pattern, okay, or like you should know to use the repository pattern, because whenever you go with the clean architecture, onion architectures, okay, so there the repository pattern works, and there you will found it is how it is very useful, okay. So for using the repository pattern, simply I will just use the repositories folder here, okay. So I have created repository folders, okay, or I will just add a new class, okay. And I will name it as a student repository, like this, okay. I will just copy the class name here, okay. We will need this class again, okay. So I have created a student repository class. After that, you have to uh, create another item which is interface, okay, or make sure that before the uh, repository name, okay. So you have to use the I as the first capital letter, okay. Like it is a good practice to nomination of like the naming convention of the interface class, okay. Or let me tell you that what is the interface and what is the class. We know that the class is the class uh, like object is the class of instance of the instance of the class. Okay, like whenever we create the instance of the class, so and after that we will be able to use the object, and and through the object we can call, like we can call the properties, fields, and methods that is defined in the class. Okay, but what is the interface is a kind of contract class. Okay, there we defined the things that what will be done in the class. Then there we are defined that we have defined in the interfaces as well. Okay, now after that what you have to do, uh, like if you want to declare anything, just use the interface, but if you want to derive anything, just use the class. This is the simple funda. Okay, now I will just inherit this thing in like I will inherit the interface in the student repository. Okay, this is where the repository pattern works. Okay, and we have the, like we have to register these repositories in the program CS. Okay, like if you want to see that what is the like how we register the classes and what is the dependency injections in .NET. Okay, so you will get a video of like you will get this video in the description box of this video. Okay, like I have already created the separate video on this topic, what is dependency injection. Okay, or what is the scoped transient and singleton lifetime of the services as well. Okay, so simply I will just register the class. Okay, so like this, build services dot add scoped. Okay, I will just I will just define the things as a scoped service. Okay, like I want to create the instance of a request at every request. Okay, so this is, so here is the way that how the things are working in the repository pattern. Okay, and how the services and repositories are registered in the programs. Yes, so just use the scoped transient. Okay, like we have the transient as well. Okay, along with that we have the add singleton as well. Okay, like add single lifetime. Okay, but right now we are using the scoped. Okay, or if you want to know like what's the difference between these three things, okay, so just watch that video. Okay, simply go there. Okay, first we will create an API uh, to get all the records. Okay, so my copilot is suggesting me something that list of students. Okay, like this, or I will try to get the all students from the table. Okay, so this is the first API that I am gonna to create. Okay, like just copy the things here. Okay, or now it comes to define the things here. Okay, so simply what you have to do, you have to initiate, like you have to create the constructor first. Okay, or now in the repositories we do the database related operations. Okay, and it is the very crucial steps to learn for the to create the APIs, to get the data and the CRUD operations through the Entitiy framework. Okay, so I will use the dependency injection. Okay, so simply I will use private read only application DB context. Okay, okay, so underscore context. Okay, so after that what you have to do, okay, I will just use the DB context like this. Okay, along with that you have to mention the things here. Okay, like this. Perfect. So we have created the constructor. Okay, now what you have to do, simply just create the method. Okay, that you have defined, the second method signature should be same. Okay, so I have just used a list students. Okay, after that method name should be same like this. Just paste the name here. Okay, in the curly braces just return that underscore context dot students dot tool list. Okay, so in this way we can create and we can get the data from the database using the application DB context. Okay, or here we are using the constructor based dependency injection. Okay, so there are several ways to get the data. Okay, like we can get the data through the SQL queries by writing SQL queries. Okay, but right now I am telling you that the easiest way to do the CRUD operations and the creating the APIs in the .NET 10. Okay, or after that we will see the advanced things in the .NET 10, and we will see the advanced things to get the data. Okay, so like I don't want to messing up everything in that video. Okay, now what you have to do, I have created the repository. Okay, or let me explain you the things that what I have done in the interface and the class as well. Okay, so here you have to declare your method. Okay, or after that in the class you have to derive the method. Okay, so here is the things work between the uh, I in student repository and the student repository class. Now it's time to create and define the API over here. So first you have like here you have used the dependency injection of the application DB context, but now it is a very important thing that how you will use the dependency injection of the repository class. Okay, so just go over here and just write private read only. Okay, along with that I will just use the I student repository. Okay, so and just use the underscore over here. Okay, so that like it is a good practice, that's why. Okay, so we are using the private read only I student repository. Okay, or here we have a very another interesting thing here. Okay, like we don't need to specify this thing here. Okay, just use the things like this. Okay, but I don't want to like I want to go with the conventional way. Okay, so that you will get to know the idea about the uh, repository pattern. Okay, so now what you have to do, just create the constructor. Okay, and do the similar things like this that we have done in the student repository. Okay, and right now we are using right now we are working in the school controller. Okay, and the school controller just use the interface repository. Okay, in the interface repository you have to do the like you have to inject the dependency injection. Okay, and guys you should know the definition of the dependency injection, that like before the dependency injection, before the concept of the dependency injection, uh, like how we call the services in the controller. Okay, so so what if like what we have done that. Okay, simply we will just create the instance of this class. Okay, and we will just call this method using the object. Okay, using the dot operator. Okay, like object dot get all students. Okay, but in this way like there is a drawback that whenever we make the things tight coupling. Okay, like what is the tight coupling? Tight coupling means that whenever the two classes are dependent to each other, so these things can call as a tight coupling. Okay, so to break this thing, oh, okay, so that's why the the concept of the interface comes in the dependency injection. Okay, and in the controller, that's why we are using the uh, interface class. Okay, not the class directly. Okay, now you have to uh, mention the API name. Okay, so just use the http get. Okay, and I will just use the I action result, or I will just name it as a My API name is student get all students, okay, or simply just use the things here, okay, or students, okay. I will just I'm just trying to get the students, okay, or simply just return with the okay status, okay. Okay status means it will give me the 200 HTTP code, okay. So in this way we can create like we have created this our first API successfully in the .NET 10, okay. Or if you love this thing here, okay, so I just want to tell you that please subscribe my YouTube channel and share this video to your friends, your colleagues, your network as well. Or guys, uh, like you will be able to create the multiple APIs, more APIs, okay. And I just want to request you that please, after watching this full video, try it yourself, okay, and try to create a new project so that you will get a basic idea about that how you like how the things are working, okay. So I have created my first API. Okay, so we are using the HTTP GET. Like this is the GET API, or this is the API name. In and what is the I action result? I action results has the multiple functions that okay, unauthorized, forbidden. Okay, so or along with that. If I done bad request, so such kind of HTTP request, okay, mentioned in the IAction result interface, okay. Like whenever you see capital I in the initial, okay, so most probably it will be interface, okay. Now let's run this API, okay, and run this project, okay. So simply what I am doing here, simply I will just run this application, okay, or we will get the results from the students table that we have created, okay. Or it is a very important thing to know that how the .NET 10 is far from the other previous versions of .NET, okay. Or right now like the building process is on the way. So okay, so successfully the application is done over here, okay. Now we will what you have to do, simply we will run the application, okay. So I will just copy the URL, okay. Go to your Postman. The Postman is a tool where uh, where we request the APIs, okay. Like it is the API runner. That's it, okay. Now what you have to do, we have copied the things here. Now what is the structure that we have follow, okay. So simply this is the route that we have to follow. So API, after that you have to mention the controller name, okay. So my controller name is school, not the school controller, okay. So just use like before this word everything before the controller word is your controller name, okay. Slash school, okay. After that you have to mention the API name. So my API name is uh, get all students, okay. And simply I will run this API and we will get the response. Let's see. So we got HTTP status okay, okay. And right now we are getting the empty array because uh, we don't have any data in the students table. So we have to insert the data in the students table, okay. So you see that you are getting 200, okay. And here we are returning the okay status, which means that here you have mentioned the things like forbidden, unauthorized, or bad request, okay. So you will get the words with the HTTP status codes, okay. And if you want to see like what is the status codes, okay, so just go to a Google and just write HTTP status codes, okay. Or you will found the basic status codes that that is defined for the APIs, okay. So whenever you get the status code between 500 to 599, so it is the server error response. And whenever you get the 400 to 499, so it is the client based errors. Okay, so such kind of errors that we get over here. Okay, now it's time to see that how you can insert the data. Okay, so simply I will just stop this application. Okay, or we have created our first API as well. Congratulations guys, if you created your first APIs. Okay, so now we will create another repository. Okay, so simply I will just name it as a uh, void. So the return type will be definitely void. Okay, and I will just mention the add student. Okay, add student, like this. Okay, so I have mentioned the student name, student model. Okay, but right earlier I told you that we have created the DTO folder. Okay, because we don't need everything uh, in this model. Okay, so whenever you create the request, okay, so always it is the good practice to use the DTO. Okay, so simply you what you have to do, just use the student DTO class. Okay, in the student DTO class. Okay, I will just name it as a class. Okay, so that we won't get any issue. Or we will simply we will just copy the entire things like this, or paste it here. Okay, and what you have to do, just you have to uh, paste the things here. Okay, so in this way we have created our second repository in the interface, and we have declared our second repository in the interface class. Now what you have to do, you have to define this repository uh, in your class. Now what you have to do, simply just go to your class. Okay, so just let me go over here. Okay, so this is my class. Now after that, what you have to do, simply just do the things like void. Okay, add student and student DTO. Okay, or make sure that method signature should be same. Okay, I will import the DTF folder here. Okay, so we have successfully created the skeleton of the method. Okay, now what you have to do, simply the return type of this method should be string. Okay, like this. That's good. Perfect. Okay, now what you have to do, simply just like now we will insert the data in the table. Now just use underscore context dot students dot add. Okay, after that you have to mention the student uh, like this. Okay, like you have to mention, like you have to create the instance of the students. Okay, or after that what you have to do, simply okay, that's good. Okay, now we will mention the things here. Okay, so first you have to mention the student name, and student names like this: student class, student age, student city, student email, student father name, student mother name, student DOB. Okay, so we have mentioned the fields that we want to add in the student table. Now what you have to do, simply just use the uh, underscore context save changes. Okay, or after that what you have to do, simply just student added successfully message. Okay, or along with that, just go to your school controller, okay, and just mention the everything in this API, okay, like this, perfect. Or we will add the reference of like we will import this class as well, okay, and you will be amazed that what is the from body here, okay. So from body is the uh, object mapping, okay, like it is the parameter mapping attribute, okay. So I will tell you, okay, like what's the purpose of it over here, okay. Add a student, uh, will add the will add the entries in the column, okay, or you will see the underscore context. We are using the students table, okay, and we are trying to add the row in the database. Now what you have to do, simply run this application, go to your Postman, or I will change the uh, request type, okay, or my API name is add student, that's good. Or I will just change it as a post. Now just go to the body and just select the row JSON, okay. After that, what you have to do, I will just I'll just pass the things here. I'll just use it here, okay. So this is the model that I want to pass on the APIs, okay. And if you just run this API, okay, then you will get the message that student is added successfully. Or then after that, we will see the record in the table as well, okay. Or just go here or select top 1000 rows, or we have successfully saved the detail, okay, uh, in the students table, okay. And we got the if message that is student added successfully. So congratulations guys, if you created this API, this second API, okay. Or if you got an idea that how the things are working and what is the repository pattern, okay. So that it means that you are learning a very good thing, okay, and you will be able to work on the clean architecture and the onion architecture as well, okay. So this is the detail. And let me tell you what's the reason to use the from body. So right now what we are doing here, we are using the JSON object, okay. And while you want, like while you using the JSON object, and while you are sending JSON object, okay. So if you want to map this JSON object to this class object, okay. So here the things work, okay. And this JSON object will be mapped to this class object using this from body attribute, okay. So here it is helpful, okay. Or let's add another record, okay, so that we won't get any confusion. And simply what I will do, I will send this request again, and just go to your SQL Server, and we got the second record, okay. Now it's time to see another API, okay. Like we will update the row as well, okay, so that we will get an idea, okay. So what you have to do, simply just go over here, or I will just name it as update student, okay, that's good, perfect. Or if like you can create the new DTO as well, okay. It is the good practice to create the different DTOs, okay. Student DTO update .cs, okay. Or this is the class here, okay. And what you have to do, you have to mention the each and every field, okay, that you want to use in the Okay, good. Or perfect. Just paste the things here. Okay, after that you have to create, like, while you were, while you going to update the records. Okay, so you will definitely need an ID of the student, so that you will get to know that on which ID i I need. Okay, so simply go over here, or you will see that let me go. So student detail update. Okay, it is a good practice to use the different details. That's it. Just go to your student repository class, or go over here, public, and paste your function here. Okay, or simply what you have to do, first you have to fetch that record using the student ID that that we want to update. Okay, so simply what you have to do, simply you have to check that where data underscore context dot student dot first or default. Okay, what you have to do, simply I will just use ID. Or in this way we can get the records of the particular student using the underscore context students dot first or default. And after that, you what you have to do, simply we have done the things like this. Okay, so like I am trying to get the student records of the student using the student ID. Okay, after that what I'm what I will do here, just use data dot age that we are sending. Okay, so now after that, data dot student name. Okay, and data dot class, data dot city, data dot email, data dot father name, data dot mother name, or data dot DOB. All these records that we are trying to update. Now what you have to do, simply just use context dot students dot update. Okay, and you have to pass the data, and you have to save the changes as well, and you have to return the message, the student updated successfully. Let me explain this here. We get the we get the student report of this student ID. After that, what I am trying here, I am assigning those records which I am sending, which I want to update in the existing record. After that, what I am doing here, simply I am just using the update function of the entity framework, and after that I am just using the save changes. Or in this way we can update the records. Or just go to the school controller, or pair, or just use the just create the API which is update student. Okay, or just run this application again. Okay, or go there. After that, what you have to do, I will create a new API with the name of uh, let me make it as a put. Okay, so I will just paste the API name here. Okay, that's good. Or I will pass the API parameter as well. Okay, so this is the API parameter, or this is the thing here. Now, first we will get the records of the all students that we have here. Okay, so I am trying to get the all records. So this is the records of the students. So with the ID1 and ID2, and what I am doing here, simply like I am trying to update the records of the ID2. I will just copy the things here. Go there. Okay. After that, paste it here. And what you have to do, I will just update everything with the XYZ. Okay, XYZ. This is the 30 XYZ. Okay, uh, that's good. Okay, it's enough. Okay, now what you have to do, simply send the request, or it is telling me, okay, so method is not allowed. Okay, and why it is so? Okay, that's why we have to use the put method. Okay, and I will send the request, and we got the student updated successfully. And if you want to see the results, so just go over here, and I am getting the all the students, and on the id2 we are getting such results xyz xyz xyz. So in this way we can create and update the records, and we can get the records using the entity framework core. Now it's time to delete the records as well. Okay, like how you can delete the record of the particular student. So delete student id. Okay, or this is the this is the int type. Okay, after that what you have to do, just create the new method delete student. Okay, or in this way you have to uh, like you will get the student id first. Okay, after that you will use the remove method, okay, of the entity framework, and just pass the method here. Or after that just use save changes, or I am just returning that student data successfully. Or after that we will just use the http delete, or this is the things we can do here. Okay, now I will just run this application, or so that we will get to know that everything is working fine or not. I will just create a new request. Okay, or along with that I will just change the it is the delete type API. Okay, or I want to just I just want to delete the record of the student id2, and I will send the request, or we will get the response which is which should be the student deleted successfully. And if you just run this API to get the all students. Okay, so we go, so our id2 record is removed here. Okay, so in this way we can create the APIs of the CRUD operations. Okay, in the .NET 10 and using the entity framework core. Okay, in this video you have learned and you have created your first project in the .NET 10, and there we created all the APIs, all the CRUD APIs that is using. Okay, using the entity framework core 10. Or here we use the here we use the repository pattern. We see that what is the DTOs, what is the migration, and how the migration command works, and how the changes reflect in the database as well. What is the code first approach, and what is the interfaces, and how the uh, what is the application DB context, and how the application DB context is related to the SQL database and tables as well. Okay, so all things are connected to each other. Just you have to just you have to sum up the things in the in this order, so that you will be able to create your first .NET application. Okay, so if you love this video, if you love this content, so just hit the like button and share this video to your friends, your colleagues, your network as well. Or guys, I have created two videos on .NET and exclusive feature. Along with that, I have created a separate video on Visual Studio 2026 Insiders Installation Guide. Okay, all these three links will be available in the description box of this video. Okay, so please don't worry about anything. Okay, or the another thing is that what is the dependency injection is ASP.NET Core. If you want this full guide, video, so I have already created on my YouTube channel. Okay, so I will give that video in that video link in this description box. Okay, so you will find every videos in the description box of this video. Okay, and trust me guys, .NET 10 is a future of the .NET developers. Okay, so thank you for watching this video till here, and till then take care guys, bye bye, have a good day.